the Don and Lorena Meyer studio at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln College of Journalism and Mass Communications. This is Nebraska Nightly.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Andrew Swanson.
And I'm Bella Pitts. Students at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln had their visas taken away last week. But first, many are in mourning after Pope Francis died on Easter Monday.
That's our top story tonight. The world continues in mourning after the death of Pope Francis. The Pope passed away Monday morning at the age of 88.
The elected leader of more than 1 billion Catholics worldwide suffered a stroke followed by heart failure less than a day after making public appearances. He celebrated Easter Sunday in the Vatican and met with Vice President J.D. Vance.
Since his passing, many in the Christian community and beyond are remembering the Pope for his humanitarian work, his caring for all who he met, and his warnings against climate change and artificial intelligence. Pope Francis also furthered the Catholic Church's accepting of the LGBTQ community.
Here in Lincoln, Newman Center priest Father Ryan Kaup remembers the late Pope's efforts to connect the Church's teachings to where the world is today.
Pope Francis comes on the scene and right away he is writing documents on things like the environment and things on God's mercy, which of course other popes had talked about, but every pope has their own emphases, and so his was really on going out to the peripheries and helping people to know the love of God who maybe had never heard it before.
Despite being the leader of the Catholic faith, Pope Francis made it an emphasis to reach all parts of the world. Father Kaup says the world can remember the Pope as someone who saw each person as a gift.
I think we can remember Pope Francis as this messenger of mercy, that he really was wanting us to encounter the face of Jesus as the face of mercy, and that we all are broken in different ways and we all are in need of that mercy and love, and he really wanted people to know that.
The Pope's body will lie in an open coffin in St. Peter's Basilica for public viewing beginning tomorrow until his funeral on Saturday.
Following the funeral, a conclave will take place where the more than 100 voting cardinals will elect a new pope.
Currently, the wind has calmed down a little with gusts between 9 and 11 miles per hour, but there is a level of humidity and worse, a hazardous weather outlook.
Take care this afternoon as a few thunderstorms could be on their way today as well as late Thursday afternoon and continuing that evening.
Tonight, however, there will be eastern winds at about 5 to 7 miles an hour, which will calm down after midnight.
For the rest of the week, it's looking a lot more like spring for better or worse. There's a lot of temperatures in the 70s and even 80s, but also cloudy conditions expected with chances for showers and storms. Looks like April is trying to get some showers before the month is over. Thankfully, by the start of next week, the conditions should be more on the sunny side.
As the UNL semester draws to a close, programs around campus are celebrating their student work.
One of the College of Journalism and Mass Communications Experience Lab programs, Heartland Pulse, is hosting an ice cream social in the Union Green Space.
Nebraska Nightly's Maya Tate caught up with Heartland Pulse's leadership as they celebrate a successful spring semester.
Hi, I'm Maya Tate, and I'm here with Bobby Coleman. And Bobby, can you tell us what's going on here today?
Well, today Heartland Pulse is doing their end-of-year event at the green space over there. We got Vintage Cowboy here selling some clothes. We got the Bathtub Dogs. We got another band, and we got 402 Creamery for free for all students. Super fun.
Can you tell us a little more about what Heartland Pulse is?
Heartland Pulse is one of the Experience Lab offerings that the College of Journalism students have to go through. We put students through a lot of storytelling and brand guidelines and stuff like that. If you want to do events or social media, you can join us and work with that. But mostly people are going out into the community and trying to brand Nebraska as a place that young people want to live, work, and play.
And how long does your event go?
Our event's going from 3:30 until 5:20, so it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great for everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maya. The university provided an update on the status of 3 UNL students' visas being revoked by the Trump administration. Late last week, UNL confirmed the students' visas were to have been revoked last Wednesday, with the 3 visa holders being from different countries. UNL says no other students have had their visas revoked and does not know why these students were targeted. The 2024 student census counts that more than 1,600 international students attending the university. UNL suggests international students seek out a lawyer at the Immigration Law Clinic in the College of Law. They can help with legal options and visas. The International Student and Scholar Office and Global Engagement is staying in contact with students and is continuing to monitor the situation.
Florida State University is holding classes again after pausing them in the wake of Thursday's deadly shooting, where two people were killed and 6 more injured. The school is offering remote options and waiving mandatory attendance requirements. This was decided after students slammed administration for the return date being so soon after the shooting. More than 1,000 people signed a Change.org petition expressing outrage at that idea and demanded remote learning.
It is a tough reminder that these kinds of situations can happen anywhere. Schools across the country are taking a proactive approach to campus safety. At UNL, police are urging students, faculty, and staff to familiarize themselves with the run, hide, fight response to active threat situations. UNLPD released a statement saying if you can escape safely, run, leave belongings behind, and call 911 from a safe distance. If you can't escape, hide. Lock or barricade doors, cover windows, and silence phones. And if hiding is not an option, be prepared to fight back using improvised weapons. UNLPD offers free in-person training to campus groups by emailing preparedness@unl.edu. You can sign up for UNL alerts to stay informed at unlalert.com, unl.edu.
For years, there has been a group in Auburn working to stop puppy mills and provide free medical care to pets of domestic violence. Nebraska Nightly's Claire Arter introduces us to Hearts United for Animals.
What started out as a small animal sanctuary run out of founders Carol and Dennis Wheeler's home in 1989, Hearts United for Animals has grown into a multi-unit no-kill shelter. Executive Director John Adams says one of their most impactful programs is their low-cost spay and neuter clinic.
Carol started this to basically relieve some of the pressure for the need of animals coming in. And the feral cat colonies, both locally and surrounding communities, have we've made a big impact.
With the feral cat colonies, puppy mills, and the lack of immediate spay and neutering, veterinarian James Gigstad says overpopulation is a problem throughout the country.
There's just too many critters running around, too many kittens being born, too many puppies being born, and it needs to stop. So that's why every Wednesday we are just spaying and neutering everything that comes in.
Spaying and neutering is also important for the animal's health. Gigstad says both male and female dogs are more susceptible to health issues like testicular cancer and mammary tumors if left unspayed or neutered.
Again, they get 10 years old now, all of a sudden they've got all this cancer all over their abdomen, and there again, now it's an old, sick dog and it needs surgery. Well, if you would have spayed it when it was 6 months old, nice, young, and healthy, probably wouldn't develop mammary tumors.
HUA is also dedicated to the stopping of puppy mills and has rescued more than 12,000 dogs.
Our mindset with the puppy mills is you leave no dogs behind. Whether they be old or young, we don't care. We just primarily we want to get them out of that situation. It's a pretty horrific situation.
HUA is a nonprofit that runs on donations. To learn more about their mission and volunteer opportunities, you can visit their website at hua.org. Claire Arter, Nebraska Nightly.
The clinic is open to everyone, and there are no requirements. It operates only on Wednesdays, and for $50, you can get your animal sprayed, neutered, heartworm tested, and vaccinated.
Coming up on Nebraska Nightly, and a former Husker standout signs an NFL contract extension.
And Nebraska baseball is back in action against Kansas tonight. Stay with us.
done for the day?
Yeah, just kind of maxed out on people.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
You know, thanks for asking. I have been feeling just kind of off lately.
Do you want me to
Concerned about a friend? Just ask and refer them to counseling and psychological services at UNL.
Welcome back to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Justice Rohde. New Nebraska volleyball coach Danny Busboom-Kelly addressed the media ahead of the Huskers' upcoming scrimmage against the Kansas Jayhawks on Saturday. Busboom-Kelly inherits a roster that went all the way to the Final Four in Louisville last season and supplements that with the #2 recruiting class in the country. Growing up in Nebraska and playing at the university, Busboom-Kelly has experienced the environment inside the Bob Devaney Sports Center, but remains excited to hear it for the first time as a coach of the Big Red.
It's going to be pretty surreal and, something that you always dream could happen, but never know if it's a reality. So to hear it as a reality will be.
Nebraska Athletics announced a one-of-a-kind event for this Saturday in place of the traditional football spring game. The Husker games are a full-day event with fan tours, a merchandise auction, and scrimmages for football, soccer, and volleyball. The event starts at 8 a.m. on Saturday with the Osborne Complex Tour. Fans can pay $50 for a tour of the brand-new facility. There will also be a food truck festival and the Huskers equipment sale to supplement the tour. The food trucks will be located in the East Stadium Plaza, and with the purchase of any Husker Games ticket can access the equipment sale in the Hawks Championship Center. The football activities will begin at 2 p.m. in Memorial Stadium, featuring 7-on-7 football, skills contests, and other events featuring Nebraska's 2025 roster. The soccer scrimmage against Wyoming starts at 4:30 at Hibner Stadium. Fans can enjoy free admission and parking to watch the Huskers there. Finally, the games are capped off inside John Cook Arena at the Bob Devaney Sports Center at 6:30 as Husker Volleyball hosts the Kansas Jayhawks. Tickets start at $20 and the doors open at 5 p.m. Former Nebraska offensive lineman and Philadelphia Eagles Pro Bowl center Cam Jurgens inked a 4-year, $68 million extension yesterday, cementing his place in the Eagles' core for years to come. The deal will run through the 2029 season and includes $39.4 million guaranteed, easing the financial burden for Jurgens for the foreseeable future. The Eagles, looking to repeat as Super Bowl champions next year, made a bold statement with this extension that the Beatrice native will be the anchor of that offensive line for years to come. And finally, Nebraska baseball looks to keep their momentum from a series win over Northwestern rolling into the midweek as they take on the visiting Kansas Jayhawks. These two teams met in Lawrence a couple weeks ago, with the Huskers coming out as victors 7-4. Behind a 3-day hit from Max Butenbach. The Jayhawks come into the matchup 31-10 and have put themselves in a great position for postseason baseball as they begin to wrap up Big 12 play, with most websites listing them as a comfortable 3 seed in the latest regional projections. The Huskers come into the game 19-21 and are on the outside looking in for the Big 10 Conference Tournament. First pitch is set for 6 p.m. at Haymarket Park. You can stream the game on Big 10 Plus or catch the radio broadcast on the Huskers Radio Network. Oh, guys, what an exciting, great evening for baseball, isn't it? I mean, the weather's just perfect. We're talking about little thunderstorms, but hopefully that can stay away just in time for this great matchup against Kansas.
Yeah, just in time for spring.
I'm so excited to see them really embrace their culture tonight and really watch that game.
Yeah, they got to get it done, and it's going to take some of the Lincoln natives, Will Jeske, Max Butenbach, to do it. But the Huskers certainly have the talent. They've already beat Kansas once. It's just about keeping the rain away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they definitely got the potential. Thank you, Justice.
Today is Earth Day. Every year, Earth Day unites people to celebrate the planet, but this year, Lincoln community members are raising concerns about the climate crisis. Nebraska Nightly's Maddie Wells shows us how this year's celebration turned into a call for action.
The annual celebration at UNL's Innovation Campus attracts local businesses, families, and environmentalists.
We have had a change of administration, and the new administration seems less interested in climate change and maybe even opposed to talking and doing something about climate change.
For years, the focus has been on issues like littering and recycling, but this year, new concerns took center stage.
I think that there's a lot of hidden environmental responsibilities. So one of my big ones right now is how much energy consumption AI uses, much more than a typical Google search.
Others at the event are thinking about local solutions and how to make Lincoln's events more sustainable in practice.
Our big goal is to move events to a zero waste model where everything that you buy or might use can be recycled and returned to a circular economy rather than go to the landfill and trash.
Earth Day isn't just a celebration, it's a reflection of values.
Earth Day is an opportunity for people to get together to say that this is important to them, that the values of Earth Day, recycling, anti-litter, and pro-sustainable programs is important to a community.
The annual event included bike rodeo, live music, and food trucks, all aimed at bringing people together while promoting sustainability beyond just Earth Day. I'm Maddie Wells, Nebraska Nightly.
Let's take one last look at the weather forecast for the rest of the week.
Things have warmed up in the capital city as the temperatures the next couple of days will be in the upper 60s to mid 70s, and it may seem they are here to stay for a while.
Don't put the pants and long sleeves away too quick though, as the lows are still lingering in the 50s. But we'll see if that changes as April starts to come to a close.
Thank you for tuning into Nebraska Nightly.
You can find us on X and Instagram at Nebraska Nightly.
Tune in on Wednesday and Thursday for our Nebraska Nightly updates at 4:30 p.m. and then for our live show on Friday at 4:30 p.m.
Have a good week, and we'll see you next time.
Nebraska Nightly is a production of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's College of Journalism and Mass Communications.